You are now listening to the podcast for geeks and the stuff they love, where each week we'll talk about everything from anime to movies, games, and prop collecting with the people who create and love it. I'm Jeremy.
I'm Vince.
And I'm James.
And this is your Geek Fix.
You know, one of the things we talked about in the last episode was the fact that, I know also we talked a little bit last month, I think it was, about the cons that you went to, James. Because you went to actually, did you already also go over to England and go to the? Are you there now, or what's going on here?
No, so I think I was going to try and mention it on the last podcast, but
okay.
Obviously with the whole driving thing, it didn't work out. So just in case I didn't mention it, I went to anime, manga, Comicon convention 2 months ago. Either last month or 2 months ago.
I did. You did mention that because I found a video and clips of pictures to put in with it. Did you get to see that? I also put in some clips for you working out.
Yes.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
So currently I am still in Spain. But last month during the Easter holidays, like Good Friday and Easter Monday. I was in London, so I decided to go over just for a sort of 4-day weekend sort of thing. I walked pretty much from one point of London all the way to the other. So I think I was working it out. I walked like 50-something kilometers, which I think is like 30-something miles. So I tried my best not to take the underground, not to take buses, and just like walk everywhere. But yeah, and
31 miles.
31 miles. So I saw quite a lot. Like I saw the Imperial War Room and the Churchill War Room, which are both experiences that I absolutely enjoyed.
Yeah.
I had a sit down in Hyde Park.
Did you find the traveling TARDIS?
Yes.
Have you seen that? You did?
I was actually staying in or around Earl's Court in an Airbnb. The only thing is, it seems a lot more extravagant than it actually is. Like, I don't know if originally
because you have to go inside.
TARDIS,
it's bigger there.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's sad because they've got like rubbish bins right next to it. So the first time I just straight walked past it because I couldn't see it, and I had to like use the Google Maps to try and find where it was.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Because it looked like a phone booth.
Well, if you like in Google Maps, I mean, have you guys already done this before? If you go into Google Maps, you can actually go inside the TARDIS on Google Maps, which is really cool. And it's you can look around inside the TARDIS and stuff. But that's pretty cool. But yeah, it's a traveling. Literally, they pick this thing up, they move it someplace, they put it down, and so it's not always in the same spot. So that way, people have to kind of look for it. It's like one of those little. I don't know. There used to be a thing in England where they had several sites that you could go to, and there was like a key box or a little box that you would open up, and there would be some kind of like minor reward in it. And then you'd go to the next one. You'd have to do like 5 of them.
Geocaching.
Geocaching.
Yeah. I don't think they do it anymore though. Since COVID, I don't know. I haven't heard too much about it. But
I don't know if they moved the TARDIS anymore either.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah.
That takes all the fun out of it. Because it used to just pop up in places, so people never knew where it was going to be, and then suddenly it would be out in front of their work one day or something like this. That's kind of fun. That makes it cool. But
it certainly ties into the whole universe. So
yeah. Well, in terms of conferences, I was thinking about it. There's a term "go bag," which is typically associated with like if you're someone that's you're in the witness protection program, or you're Saul Goodman or something, you have to
Jason
that
Bourne.
there's a chance at some point in time you're gonna have to run, and so you have a bag that has like your passport, some money, maybe a gun, change of clothes are in there and stuff like that. That's a go bag. But conference go bags, there's actually sites out there and everything where you can look up what to take with you to a Comicon. To be able to best survive, because if it's your first time, if you've never been to a conference before, I will tell you, you'll learn really quickly what you wish you would have brought and what you wish you would have had. I will say, and I'll show some clips of it here. Back at the beginning of this channel, I thought one day I said, I think I'm going to try and go to this conference. I'm going to go ahead and create a costume to take with me. And I decided to do it in 24 hours. And so I made this no face in 24 hours.
Oh, yeah.
So which
That's
was
from the intro, right?
Yeah, it is. It's on the intro.
Yeah.
It's about a third taller than me. It was a big costume. But
Black
there's several
and
problems. Was one, it was all the stuff that I had to carry, but then I didn't have room to do anything else. I also, when you wore it, like literally, I could only see, it was a tunnel vision. And there was this one room that we went into that they do a garage sale, the one conference that I went to locally. So they basically give people areas on the floor where they get to put all their stuff versus the standard vendors. Like you could just bring your stuff to sell.
On the ground.
And so we're walking through this, and there's like this much room to walk between, and I can't see. So I'm the whole time I'm like tiptoeing because I'm afraid I'm going to walk onto somebody's stuff that's probably worth a lot, and I'm going to end up having to pay major money and things. And I was sweating like crazy, even though it was cool when I practiced it in my house and things. And I had no place to put this outfit, at all, because we weren't staying close by or anything like that either. And there were so many things. I wish I would have created a costume like Vinz has done this beautifully. A costume that incorporates your ability to take things and get things and store things and survive. And so, and I think we all have our travel tips and our things. I thought this would be a good opportunity for us to just talk about some tips for what do you have in your conference go bag, your con, your go
con
bag
clutch.
for your con. Yeah. What sort of things? So for you guys, I mean, what sort of things do you do? I mean, you also travel. I know, Vinz, you've taken the train literally right up to cons. James, were you able to park out in front of that one? I mean, that one looked like it was in a conference center or something.
Yeah, there was a huge area for parking outside. Yeah. So
that's awesome.
Just with the car right in the door.
I like that. Yeah. What sort of things do you find are the things to have with you that help to do things? Vince sent me a whole bunch of data and pictures because he does. He's got a good plan, which it works out. I mean, if you've got the right theme, something that would have like a backpack or a case, something you can bring with you, or if the inside of something that you have to carry. My Logan, who's been on this show before, he always brings up, he refers to him as the peanut guy, so now I can't even remember what the character's actual name is from Naruto. The one that has the giant peanut thing on his back.
Yeah, and
the sand wielder. Yeah. Like, I mean, like, there you go. I got this giant peanut.
It's a gourd, actually.
But yeah, what sort of things do you guys do? What are your tips, your tricks?
The last tip go ahead.
No, go.
So the last tip I gave you was probably the most crucial tip ever. Was get some gel inlay soles for your shoes.
I want to do that.
Thank you.
Yeah,
because I wear combat boots while I'm cosplaying as a Ghostbuster, and they're a bit larger. Because I'm a big guy, so the actual feet area is a bit larger than my neck area. So the soles also give more stability for walking. But get some gel soles or some stuff made for walking, and get some very thick socks. That are also made for walking, and so you are on your feet almost an entire day if you go to a con that is like in the middle of nowhere or somewhere. And there's not much of normally there isn't much way of sitting down somewhere or resting, or you're spending like me 1.5 hours in a queue. Your feet will thank you for that. And that's my biggest tip: is get the gel sole inlays.
The whole seating thing. The amount of times that I've gone to different cons and just seen people sitting on the floor because there's just nowhere to actually sit unless you go to the card area or board game sections in certain cons, or the food area. There's nowhere to just a bench just to sit down.
Yeah.
I used to have a backpack that folds up
one.
like
I haven't thought about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've gone to a lot of conferences here in the U.S. And here in the U.S., they're pretty strict, usually about fire code. But at the same time, I think every one that I've gone to and I've gone into different sessions, like you said, I wasn't thinking about it till just now. They're always overbooked, overstuffed. There's people standing up against the walls and things like that. Yeah, bringing a chair. So where do you put the chair then?
Well, as I said, you have backpacks. You have backpacks that flip into a chair. I just sit on the ground. And along that is, get a towel, like be the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy fan, and always bring your towel. It's twofold. So one of them is that you can sit on an icky surface if you don't want to mess up your cosplay. I'm a Ghostbuster, so I wear overalls. And by all means, it's more weathering to me if I have dust stains on my butt after sitting on the conference floor. But I always bring a towel because I tend to sweat a lot, especially when it's in a con. It's like filled with people. You just want to get
the air conditioning.
Nice, or none. And just to wipe your face off while you're melting, that really helps as well. I get like a microfiber cloth so that it quickly dries and it's easily to pack as well. And hydrate. Bring plenty of water. Bring plenty of drinks that you like, because there will be a point in time. I go to cons regularly, and there are times when you're almost fainting because you haven't had anything to eat or you've been queuing up and that kind of stuff. Hydrating makes it a lot easier for yourself, especially with all the sweating and all the heat and all the
camelbacks are pretty good. That's what you have, is basically a camelback situation where it comes
was
around.
Because my backpack supported one, and I thought it would be funny to have like a sort of slime attachment because it's a green.
Yours is green
hose. Yeah. But it's also very
I do
practical.
know some conferences won't let you bring liquid in.
So check the rules.
It's like going to Disneyland. They want to make sure that you're buying whatever it is that you got there.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I mean, thankfully here in the Netherlands and in Belgium and Germany, they prefer the health over wealth. when they actually encourage you. But they do it's like certain concerts or whatever. Just check the house rules, because some people don't allow cans inside and only allow like soft plastic bottles. Some people only allow cardboard packaging for like juice boxes.
Yeah, that's a safety thing. Same thing with your costume. The worst thing to do is to travel a long ways, take a costume, and then get there only to find out that it violates something where you can't take it in. Some things they'll just flag it. They just tie something on it, like fake guns or things like that. They'll tie something on it to say that it's been treated safe or whatever. It's capped. But then there's other stuff. There's some things that you just wouldn't think, like wings. There's a lot of conferences that don't let people have things that have big wings and stuff on them because they have had a few injuries where people walk into somebody that wasn't watching close enough and took somebody out because their wings.
There was this really elaborate Black Swan cosplayer, and she looked great, and she had like the wings and everything and the makeup, and she just spent the entire con dragging around those wings folded in. Because she couldn't walk anywhere else. It was so crowded she couldn't go anywhere. And it was really sad because when she was queuing up, it looked great, but then she had to disassemble it. So also, take into account portability and like as you said before, like my Ghostbusters costume, it has a lot of. It's a flight suit, so it has a lot of zips and a lot of pockets. So my phone and my wallet are on my chest pocket. In my arm pocket, there is some change. There's like IDs or cards.
Yeah, plenty of places to put stuff. Yeah,
it's very practical. And then having a backpack where you can store stuff, and also like a rain poncho or whatever. Look into like everyday carry kind of things. Whatever people in the military use tends to be space and weight optimized. You can cosplay as a military person if you want. But like for the Ghostbusters stuff, my backpack is a military pack because of the functionality that's incorporated in it, like being lightweight, being portable, being versatile, being meant for carrying it in, for long amounts of time, so it's comfortable but also practical. Look into that. So don't go with a shopping bag for your stuff. If you have like papers or posters, get like a tube specifically made for handling papers and posters. If you want to collect autographs, make sure that you get a nice autograph book or like a folio where you can put stuff in.
I like your tube. Going back to the tube for a second, you've incorporated, which I said when you emailed me. Honestly, I've gone to a lot of conferences where I got both either large autographs or we got posters and things, and they don't always have something they put it in for you. They just literally roll it up, throw a rubber band on it. And so, you have a tube that you can slide them into, but you've also incorporated that into your costume. I mean, it looks like it's part of your Ghostbusters pack, basically.
Yeah, so that's what I like to do, and also I added some bike lights on the back that looks like it's a proto pack now. You can be creative with your costume, and if your character like inherently doesn't have any storage or whatever, like if it's a game that has a treasure chest or a loot box or whatever, or at least use some themes. Like there's a lot of merchandise out there, like my Ghostbusters back started out with having just a Ghostbusters logo on the back of it, and a Stay Puft Marshmallow Man keychain hanging from it, and it was already tied in with my costume. And then it evolved, getting more stuff that would be interesting to do. So look at your cosplay, or if you're not cosplaying, then you can go all out, of course, with whatever bags and stuff you bring.
Just know what you're committing to, because I mean, there's it's nice and all if you made this giant sword that you're planning on carrying around the conference, which seems like a great idea, probably for an hour.
5 minutes.
And then it's like, where am I going to put this? I don't want people to take it. I don't want to get damaged and things. Logan, also kind of going back to Logan, one of the first conferences we went to together, he was Brooke from One Piece. Which is and so he decided he wanted to bring his violin, because Brooke plays the violin. Logan can play the violin. He can play the theme that I can't remember what the theme is. Brooke plays all the time. He knows how to play it, so he carried this violin and the bow around everywhere.
But
also performed over and over and over again. It got a lot of people gathered around every single time. A lot of people wanted photos. So I mean, that's the whole fun of it. But on the flip side, if you're going to carry something, like, be aware you're going to be carrying something. If things are going to get broken, I mean, it's your own liability. It's your own buying.
And that's a cool thing that I saw at the con I went to last time, which was that they have like this first aid station for cosplay. Like there were some people who would they would like stitch up your buttons or the hot glue stuff for you.
I've seen people cosplay like that.
But also look at the stats, because I'm now part of the Dutch Ghostbusters group, Ghostbusters NL for the Netherlands, and they have their own stands at certain conventions where they it's basically their home away from home, so to say. So
they'll hold on to your stuff for you a little bit.
Yeah, you can unload your stuff there, and like I will not wear my proton pack going to a con on my own, because it's too heavy for a full day and very impractical. So if I would go there with the group with a stand, and someone could watch out, for it for me, and you can leave it there, out of sight, out of touch of random bystanders, then you can accommodate for that as well. So look up if there is if you are going like a Star Wars person, 9 out of 10 times there's a 501st stand somewhere. Try to get involved with those costume groups. It doesn't mean that you can bring a whole truckload of stuff and expect them to take care of it for you. But if you have some goodwill, or if you're going to be part of that group, you can say, "Hey, listen, I'm really enthusiastic. Next con when you're there, can I hook up with you guys and girls and go from there?" And there's of course the wardrobe area where you can store stuff, but I wouldn't do anything with props or anything.
Those are sometimes good too. Some of them make you pay, but I know if you're like me and you're in the U.S. and you're looking at traveling to, like, if I was to go to Comicon, it would be hard and expensive to get everything on the plane.
Oh yeah.
So the big things here, like if you were to go to the San Diego Comicon, they have a FedEx office right there in the conference center.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And so if you want, you could send it by FedEx, and that's what a lot of people do. So you get there, and there's like bike boxes full of stuff all around in front of it with tags on it for people to collect. But at the same time, I mean, you can always ship stuff too, is kind of an easier option. I've talked several times about the fact that, like, the Pip-Boy, some things are hard to take on a plane anyways, because there's a chance you might have to leave it behind, you know. Mailing something
case.
safer. Which looks so cool that we got to talk about that in the next episode, actually.
Oh yeah, sure.
That's worth it. Vince has actually a lot of things he's turned out pretty quickly that are kind of cool, that are from real real movies, real props and stuff, but
TV shows.
Real TV shows. So
real reality,
hopefully, real reality, but not.
But no, make believe reality.
Yeah. If you have some recommendations, if you have some things that you do for your cons, or you have a con that you went to that you just think was awesome, that's kind of outside the norm, even though, let us know. If you've enjoyed this podcast and want more, stay tuned for that, but also check out our channel, join the community on YouTube that goes by the same name, your Geek Fix. Be sure to check out Vinz on Twitter at massivedmg_ and on his YouTube channel, massivedmg. Check out James at Mr. Malto4 on Instagram and the Replica Prop Forum. We also want to hear from you, so be sure to send your questions, stories, and other projects to yourgeekfix@gmail.com. In the meantime, this has been your Geek Fix.